okay. He confused me.
I typed it in Google and it showed up as that. So
yeah. Exactly. They're running the pub train. Yeah.
Sam is
I was
here
getting
to
that, Sam. Thank
Sam
you.
is
That's
here
why
to
I was
save the
bringing it up.
day. Thank God we have MilkFed on our side.
Yeah.
All right. So what
that's pretty
doing?
funny, man. They're making light of the fact that everyone's like, "Oh, choo-choo!"
Yeah. Well,
every
again,
time they're playing against them.
They are knowing it's. I think that's just a stupid term.
As a team that's using teamwork and taking
exactly.
control and applying
That's
push.
why I found it very.
As a team
in TMM or like in a public game, I understand where it's coming from, but. Yeah. In a competitive game, you're playing to win no matter what. There's a lot on the line. You run whatever strategy you feel like will get you the victory. That's what matters. There's a reason why competitive games, you need to be able to adjust to certain strategies. That's just how it works.
Frankie, who wants to sit back and play World of Warcraft fighting creeps the entire day? I mean, you want to get in and get into the action. Come on.
Yeah, I'm a PvPer myself.
Sure.
Hate reading. Hate World of Warcraft. Hate that game. I can't keep a straight face while saying that. Anyways, okay, wow, that was actually a quick remake. I guess
yeah, they're into it. Here we go. It's legit.
Apparently we're just playing anyways. Okay. Well, this is fun. Okay, game number 2. It looks like we actually are going to be playing this one out. So here we go. Let's jump back in. Complexity versus State Green. Let's take a look.
Sure.
Okay, so they have switched sides, obviously. It apparently ended up being a US West server again, but whatever. Hackstron's like, I don't really care. Let's just play it. I love Hackstron, man. He's always like that. He's just like, I just want to play HoN, damn it.
What's
Nothing
his
wrong with
anyway
that
here? Not 244.
I mean, it's a US West server. It's not like it's the first time they've ever played
Sure.
US West. So, but yeah, he says it's fine, whatever. Life moves on. Okay, so the blind banning phase here. What do we got? Parasite Deadwood coming out from Complexity. Moon Queen Artillery from State Green. So once again, the same there, but a little bit different. Or was that? Was it Parasite Deadwood the first game? I'm actually blanking on that. Maybe it was.
No. It was Wild Soul plus Parasite.
So it's Wild Soul plus Parasite. So this time it's Deadwood over there. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Keeper of the Forest going to be the first lock. Tempest, Ophelia, Wild Soul Fade, and Wretched Act. Fade's honestly, we haven't seen her for a little bit. But she most certainly is loved to be played, especially by State Green. They have some history with her.
Right. The last time I saw State Green pick Fade, though, it was over Pebbles, and they went up against that Pebbles that they didn't pick, and Pebbles absolutely smashed them. Fade seems to have tapered off a little bit in regards to competitive scene. People seem to be dealing with her a little bit better.
Yeah. Speaking of Fade, was a great counter to Mage Bane. Speaking of him again.
Yeah, true.
With that good old Burning Shadows. Creating the illusion, and as a result, mana burning himself.
Right.
Pretty cool tool. Anyways, so we'll see if she eventually gets picked up here. But again, a very strong lock pool. The Keeper, the Tempest, the Ophelia, and the Wild. So you're really eyeing those four to possibly get picked up. But also Wretched Hag and Fade are definitely great options there as well. So we'll see when it comes down to it. But the banning phase picking up here. In fact, wrapping up. Nymphora, Tundra, Rally, Zephyr, Pebbles, and Pharaoh. So Pebbles, Rally, and Deadwood all banned here between the blind bans and the regular bans. So not going to see any of those guys.
Well, going with the Master of Arms first pick, and we talk about this a lot. It's a very versatile, a very safe first pick. Being able to be played in that support role, in the carry role, however you want it, or even in support early game, secondary support that eventually transitions into a more late game force. We've seen that before. Tralf, I think he was... what was a couple weeks ago in his matchup, he was playing the primary or secondary support master, but he winded up being the second highest farmer in the game.
Yeah. See, this is interesting for me, what's going on here. See, the Master of Arms, the Demented Shaman Torturer.
Sure.
I kind of wonder, something we talked about on the podcast, especially on Friday, was going into this weekend, really for State Green and Trademark Esports. How much were they going to show this weekend, especially just before the Thailand event, where it's no doubt both of the teams, a lot of focus on that. $60,000 on the line for that event. They're going to another country, their territory over there to compete on their home ground, you can call it. They want to win that especially. But, I mean, it seems like Demented Shaman's coming back for State Green. We've seen it earlier today. We've seen it now both games here. So I kind of wonder if they're kind of showing their cards a little bit.
Well, you got to think. I think it's actually good in a sense to show some of your cards or different strategies, because now all of a sudden your opponents are like, what angle do we approach them at? Oh, we have to worry about this pick. And then they have an entire new strat that's designed to sort of counteract what they're trying to do to counter what they think you might run.
Yeah.
So having more angles to come from, putting that additional pressure onto your opponents can be worth it, more than just sort of hiding it all, too.
Yeah. Franzi wants that Devourer, but we'll see if B-Kid goes for that here, down to 10 seconds again, using plenty of extra time. There's the mag miss. We talked about that earlier on. Complexity especially has been picking that up lately a lot. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, it's going to be a Luna. So
okay.
nothing radical there. Just really wanted to contemplate maybe which support they wanted and if they wanted the Magnus or not. But it is going to be Master of Arms, Magnus, Luna. No doubt a strong start there for Complexity. Demented Shaman Torture. Obviously, Zephyr's banned this time around, so not going to be seeing him, but we'll see what route Stay Green goes this time.
Yeah, there's other tanky heroes they can choose from.
I mean, you're looking at the lock pool. There's a good chance they're going to get, two of those. Well, they're going to get two of those junglers no matter what. That Suicide Jungle option. So it's how do they finish off here? Okay.
Monkey King. Interesting.
Huh. Yeah, Stay Green doesn't seem like
the last time I've seen Stay Green.
I don't.
They're really just.
I don't.
Every single day we saw the Witch Slayer, as I said. We saw the Scout.
Yeah.
Just
the Suicide Scout, the Monkey King. Now, Monkey King, obviously trademark esports. I mean, absolute legend.
Sure.
He's been played, but yeah, I don't know if I recall Stay Green playing it recently, but I will say there's a lot of physical presence here. Obviously, Demented Shaman synergizes with Monkey King fairly well. Torture's Impalement will be great for that. Keeper of the Forest is going to be the first pick out of that lock pool. So BK didn't really put too much thought into that. Pretty confident there.
Well, yeah, I wanted to say, too, with the Magnus, Keeper of the Forest works very well. Easy to jump in, get that root off. It sets off a perfect eruption for Magnus.
They're going to respond with Tempest Ophelia over here. So Stay Green going to go ahead and, well, actually, I wonder. I was going to say just going to go ahead and go with the Suicide Tempest, but that's a possibility for mana up here. I wouldn't be surprised at that either. If they want to man up, maybe send the Tempest mid. They're known to do that as well. So
very much so.
Wretched Hag is going to be the fun. They pass up the Wild Soul. How about that?
Yeah, just well, they're going for more of the AoE mass team fight synergy. You got the Magnus coming in on top of the major Bat Blast. Wretched Hag being a pretty reliable early game and late game force.
Yeah.
Liking that mobility a little bit too against the Ophelia, chasing her down, chasing her creeps down, and counter push as well.
All right. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. Hackster going to be playing the Wretched Hag here. You sound worried?
Just a little bit. I mean, this DS Ophelia has been tearing it up for them every single.
And they seem to keep
so
getting
far.
it.
Yeah.
They keep getting that
Shaman used to be a very frequent ban when facing against Stay Green.
Yeah. It was blind banned for a while.
Yeah, yeah. At the start of the cycle, too, teams were really fearing it, and now. After having a dominating performance last game, they are choosing to go up against it again.
Yeah.
Will they pay for it?
This is interesting, man. I mean, Stay Green, really, they are kind of just showing just versatility here big time. It's running the tanky game to the all-out, just full-out aggression. I mean, it's kind of funny. The only one that we don't really see them ever run is just the hard carry route. They refuse to play hard carries for most of the time, it seems like. They prefer more the unnatural hard, in the sense of like Torture. I mean, Master of Arms, sure, but
the ones that can go carry, they can go toe-to-toe late game, but also have a huge early game presence so that they can, establish that dominance in the first place. They don't want to be fighting an uphill battle, 8K gold and experience down. They'd rather be in that situation, apply the pressure so the enemy team's carries can't farm. And so in a sense, they are carries, just not in your conventional sense.
What are we seeing here? Keeper of the Forest is actually at the bottom lane. Huh. We're going to see a natural tri-lane being ran here from Complexity.
Yep,
interesting. Whoa, what is your initial reaction to this?
Well, trying to catch him off guard here. DS is kind of vulnerable. It's something they might have to adapt to. Dual roaming here onto this Ophelia, onto this this DS, and we'll have to see how it pans out. They did get, where did they place that ward initially? Okay, they placed the ward in order to block one of the jungle camps as well, the medium.
Yeah, Demented Shaman. We'll see if Swinnemelons picks up on this. I mean, there was the Tree Dog earlier on, which they fought off, so there's now going to be a Tree Dog pull coming out here, and there wasn't another one, so I kind of wonder if Swinnemelons maybe think something's up here as far as that goes, but here we go. Magnus and Master of Arms going to show themselves.
Yeah.
So they're not afraid to show that at least it's going to be a dual lane, but where's Aluna is probably what he's asking himself. Obviously, she is right here, ready to go as well with the, well, actually doesn't have anything leveled up just yet, so we'll see what she eventually gets, but interesting strategy here from Complexity. This means Haxer will be solo in the middle lane, 1 versus 2, and you got Keeper of the Forest versus Tempest down here. How about that? Not often you see that matchup, but Keeper of the Forest versus Tempest at the bottom lane going 1v1.
Yeah, right now, Demented Shaman sort of playing it safe. Magnus does need to level up, get his level 2 stun before it's and his boots of speed before it's a little bit easier to catch him out. Yeah, until then, he's going to sort of play it safe, pick up experience where he can, and Aluna wants to find a way to make herself useful, make herself active. Right now, just sort of pacing back and forth. They do have a ward here. They are detecting the Ophelia and the Torture coming on up. Will they pose a response or just run on out?
Aluna's going to say, hello, people, and throws her power thrower out. But yeah, do they bait a little bit? That was close, actually. Ophelia needs to be careful. Jesse going to get away. Nice chain of reaction stun right there. Magma's trying to get close enough, but especially with a level 1 lava surge. It's a very minimal range, so not able to get close enough. Demented Shaman needs to be a little bit careful. He's kind of just feeling it out a little bit, and he will be fine in the end. So I don't know about this whole natural, the aggressive trialing coming out from Complexity. It doesn't seem like it's having the biggest impact here early on, and Aluna is going to be continuously underleveled because of this, especially, let alone Master of Arms and Magnus even. So.
Right, they are holding down the DS, though, and we've seen what the DS can do for this pushing lineup with the Ophelia when given sort of free reign of the lane.
True.
So slowing down his momentum and growth a lot, and in spite of having this tri-lane up here, they aren't really falling behind in terms of golden experience. That bad, it's a little bit, but yeah, Ophelia is leveling up. Aluna is kind of boxed out here, stuck at level 1. What's her experience per minute? Let's look at it, 34. So literally getting just almost nothing.
Yeah,
still having a presence, though.
Yeah. Middle matchup, Monkey King seems like he's been doing pretty good in here, but ever since the adjustment was made, Haxorin's been feeling a little bit more comfortable as far as getting some creep kills. In fact, you see right there, we're going to apply the level 2 HoN and keep the harassment up now on a Slicks playing this Monkey King. So Haxorin, no doubt, loving the fact that that adjustment was made in Torture. You see, he's still up here. I mean, he's kind of just chilling nearby. Obviously, he did counter ward the Ward of Sight that was blocking the pole camp, so at 3 minutes here, we're going to see, oh no, it's actually blocking with the Rev as well. That's unfortunate.
Right.
So not going to be able to do any pulls here when it comes down to it, but was able to at least get the Ward of Sight, so it does take away the vision in the end, which is good news. But 2 camps being blocked here at this top jungle, so it is making life a little bit more difficult on Chessie for sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you're sort of comparing him to the Aluna, the other support hero here for Complexity, and level 3 versus level 2, just killing up a double stack right here and keeping ahead of the curve.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely having a much better time than her. So, and right now, gold per minute wise, I mean, Monkey King was up there, but holy crap, Magnus now jumping up there quite a bit, and then Keeper of the Force even second in line. But really, this is neither team's having that explosive start at all. I mean, we're now approaching this 4-minute mark. Not really any kill opportunities happening just yet. You see the Wand Gem Slam right there. Elusive dash going to be used, but Wretched Hag dodging all the damage, and actually Slicks is going to kind of fall back a little bit there. So Slicks not having the best initiation right there. I don't even know if that was really supposed to go on Wretched Hag, or more so just kind of keeping her harassed a little bit. But double damage rune going to be bottled up by Wretched Hag. So she really has recovered very nicely here, but Torture is back now. So we need to be careful. Top lane in the meantime. Demented Shaman dropping quickly. Here comes Chessie though for the assist. That's barely keeping him alive. 3 seconds on the healing wave. It's not going to matter. The health potion comes out, and Demented Shaman will survive. He also gets ported back to base just to be safe. I caught that kind of midway through, but man, Demented Shaman barely living there.
Right. Well, something else about this tri-lane top. It not only affected the lane control in the top, boxing DS out of the lane, giving Magnus a huge advantage in this matchup, it also affected the mid lane, because you saw Torture trying to roam top to help out the DS, and in response, Wretched Hag was sort of given free reign of the lane, not really locked down like she would have been against the dual lane here, and sort of keeping pace with this Monkey King.
Yeah, definitely. Haxon, again, it's having a solid time at the very least for that circumstance. This Tempest versus Keeper of the Force is kind of interesting, too. Keeper of the Force 19-6, Tempest 17-9, so really just kind of a back and forth. Of course, you have Riser taking on Keizu here as far as the player matchup goes. How about this? Demented Shaman, he's kind of turned into a support for this Ophelia to an extent, or I guess not really even a support, even sharing the farm with Ophelia in the jungle. So, I was making the comment that this tri-lane doesn't seem to be having the biggest effect, but you're right. I mean, it is locking down Demented Shaman a lot, and that clearly is paying off here.
Yeah,
for
the entire laning phase. Yes, though, going to help clear out the woods. You saw him stacking there, and obviously very fast with that Ophelia, with the minions and the heal bomb.
Yeah.
Able to take out the camps pretty damn quickly and allow him to get back into the game.
Wretched Ag still sitting on that double damage rune, about 15 seconds here.
Up top here, he's a little bit caught out.
Oh, there's Demented Shaman, level 2 Entangle applied. The Minotaur coming. No, he blast shot the Minotaur away. The fork line, he can't dodge it in the end, though. In comes the Lava Surge stun. Can't move me in to make the getaway. The instant retreat's not going to be enough. Jesse gets the Bloodlust kill. A great attempt, honestly, from Moomiander, but it just wasn't to be. Jesse had the better play in the end. Couldn't avoid the Minotaur stun, and down goes Moomiander.
It came down to the timing, man. Aluna was out checking for the rune.
Yeah.
Didn't have her buddy.
Man, not often we see that blast shot, honestly, used even effectively, but that was definitely an attempt right there. But, again, just wasn't enough for him. So Bloodlust kill, and Demented Shaman, he got the assist for it. It didn't go to Chessie, of course. Yeah, actually getting credit for the Bloodlust kill, so that'll help her farm a little bit more, as she's got an early ring of Teacher, her boots picked up. And there we go with the Talisman of the Exile, or Amulet of the Exile, excuse me.
Yeah.
So Ring of Sorcery in the works.
Playing the Demented Shaman does now have level 3 Entangle as well. And as you know, level 3, the spell sort of receives a big buff. You oftentimes see players even leave the ability at 3.
Yeah, he did last game.
Start leveling up the Unbreakable and the Healing Wave in priority, just because it gives you that 1 second stun on top of your already powerful slow.
Yeah, it's that's where it's kind of that maximum potential. Now, the level 4, it obviously does have its benefits too. In the end, it is just more damage, which if you are a solo Demented Shaman, I mean, you could argue that getting the level 4 Entangle is then that's where it's actually, there is a sense to it.
Yeah,
but
the cooldown as well does go down.
And the cooldown, yeah, you're right. Yeah, 11 to 9 seconds, so a couple seconds there. But last game, he did most certainly keep it at level 3 from what I recall, at least. So I believe we'll see him just keep it there for now. He also likes to get the Stormcloud at 6-2, I believe. So that's also, you can argue whether or not he can do that, but
it's the push, man.
Yep, here we go, and Palemit's going to be activated. Of course, the Skeleton King and Minotaur here for Ophelia. Magnus and Aluna just gonna watch for now. Meanwhile, in the middle, and Wretched Act picks off Monkey King. So distraction happening elsewhere. Torture taking a lot of tower damage. Is going to fall back, though, before it's enough. And this tower push isn't going to necessarily get a tower kill, as it just wasn't enough pressure. So good job by Haxorn, though, in the meantime, catching that just before the kill happened. Able to dive on a Monkey King and get the kill right there using the Bat Blast.
Yeah, fantastic job, Haxorn. How is he doing in farm compared to his Monkey? Monkey King dropping down to 220 gold per minute. Forced back to the lane. Slicks, sort of getting handled here by Haxorn in this game.
Yeah, I mean, again, when I first glanced at the gold per minute chart, it was very early on, of course, maybe two, maybe 3 minutes into the game. He was actually tops in the game, but ever since the adjustment of Torture going top, that's where it did start to screw him quite a bit. And
yeah, he was still ahead of the curve. Like, I think he was around 260, 270 when Torture. I mean, the Wretched Hag was at about 200.
Low,
that had to do with the earlier pressures of Torture rotating. But when left alone, using that haunt and just the spacing, Monkey King cannot get in on a Wretched Hag.
Yeah. So again, good news for Complexity as a whole, and for Wretched Hag. Top lane, a possible gank being set up. Demented Shaman has to ward aside though, but the Lava Surge still connects. The Eruption being channeled. Gonna go off right there. The Ophelia's touch. He does he have a heal bomb in time? Yes, it gets it off, but it doesn't matter. Now, I will say again, Swinomelon saw that whole thing coming, but he still chose not to react to it sooner. I don't know.
He might have felt like he was tanky enough.
Yeah.
No, Ophelia, if he was able to survive a few extra hits, Ophelia was coming in from behind with her creeps, maybe get some port response going on. Still, it wasn't enough, and Complexity doing a good job sort of driving the aggression early on here. And in spite of having no jungler, we actually see them with that golden experience advantage.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, really, that was just the case most likely of him trying to set up a turnaround, but it wasn't.
Bottom lane.
Happen. Ooh, yeah, Tempest going down. Wretched Ag coming in there. No Bat Blast needed. The root was used, though, and they locked down Tempest to pick up the kill. Now we're going to see maybe even a little bit of a push down here as a result from Keeper of the Forest.
Right, Tempest did try to port out. It was last second. It was about to go away. Oh, okay. Beacon escaping with his Lava Surge.
Doing the whole Lava Surge steam bath, and he will be fine in the end. Torture coming from the river, but not able to get there in time. Monkey King was also looking to assist. He does have a haste rune bottled up, and that's definitely a dangerous rune, of course, for him to have. So we'll see if Slicks can make use of this rune here. But overall, look at the GBM chart now. Keeper of the Forest, especially after picking up the kill there at the bottom lane. 350 gold per minute here. As, again, not going to push this tower at least just yet, but Riser doing a lot of work. He's got the early Ring of Sorcery. There you go, finishing Ghost Marches, actually, to go with the Ring of the Teacher and the Mana Battery here.
They're going to force some map control here as well. He's pushing onto the bottom tower. I don't know if they're going to pose a response or just choose to split push, try to take down the top tower, but they're ready to go.
Yeah. You got Magnus and a Luna. Obviously, as you mentioned, Master of Arms nearby. So Demented Shaman, kind of thinking about it a little bit. You got Ophelia, Tempest are here. This is brewing to be a pretty big fight. Magnus going to be able to get away just in time. I think Swinamels was trying to get the entangle off, but obviously just couldn't get the range. However, the push power, excuse me, is most certainly there still. Tempest and Ophelia not going to go for it because guess what? I mean, the clearing potential is up there for complexity between the Master of Arms, between the Aluna. Ooh, interesting time to pause. See the bottom tower here.
Yeah,
vulnerability with 4 life.
And we actually saw a Monkey King poured on in. They're not going to be able to drop this Keeper of the Forest, but still Riser did an excellent job applying the pressure. That gold lead going to expand even further now while holding off the top lane. His root's up in 18 seconds. We got Wretched Hag. Her Black Blast is up, and she's actually going to base right now to top herself off. Maybe going to set something up.
Yeah. Is this tower kill going to be successful? Slicks, nope, can't time it in time. Riser gets credit for the tower kill. And again, the GPM starting to really jump up for him, nearing 375 gold per minute, but also helping the team out. And you got both Magnus and Wretched Hag now at that 300 gold per minute mark. So all across the board, honestly, signs are looking pretty good here for complexity when it comes down to it. And again, this is the same complexity team that just got dominated by Stay Green in game number 1, obviously with the strategy and everything that they were running. A 15-minute conceded victory for Stay Green. Again, it goes to show you, sometimes it just happens. I mean, the lineup just works, it comes together. It was a beautiful lineup, obviously well played by Stay Green. They won it very quickly. Complexity, though, moving on to the next game, clearly not letting that phase them here.
Well, it's a game that's based a lot around momentum. I mean, you have more resources, you can apply more pressure, you can deny the enemy more farm, take over the map, and it's sort of like that snowball effect that we see.
Yeah.
So it makes sense why you see those dominating victories. It doesn't mean, oh yeah, this team is like 10 times better just because they had a crushing first game.
Yeah, of course not. The Elemental is going to spot out. I'm just stumbling all over my words today. They're going to spot out the gank attempt as Magnus, Master of Arms, and Aluna. They were all trying to set something up. But, I mean, speaking of that, too, that is another thing to keep in mind, though, that because of running this tri-lane, always what the hell was that? Was that the Ophelia's? Yeah, that was the Ophelia's touch. Anyways, your experience as the 3 heroes up there is going to be nerfed, specifically with the support. You got a level 4 Aluna still, and we're now 14 minutes in, or just about 13 minutes into the game, even. So it's something that, you know, may hinder them a little bit, but
sure, but they're feeding it to their solos, Keeper of the Force and Wretched Hag.
Oh, Hax ran into a lot of trouble. Meanwhile, getting locked up big time by Ophelia. There's the nuke on top of the chain reactions. Great staggering of the stuns, and Wretched Hag will fall. So big kill coming up for Stay Green right there. You're just talking about even Haxerin. He's having a solid game, but dying right there. Bottom lane, missing that action, but Keeper of the Force coming out on top of Magnus, Master of Arms. And they get a kill on his Slicks here, and now going to push this bottom tower, though.
Right, and we saw in middle lane, there is the Ophelia. They're choosing to push down the mid tower with the impalement, with the creeps, but not going to be able to respond right away to this bottom tower push. Instead, going to try and take down the top and mid lane.
Tower exchanging going on. Overall, it is a 1,400 gold lead for complexity. About a 1,300 experience lead, though, for Stay Green. And actually, after that top tower kill, Stay Green really closing that gap as far as the goal goes. So yeah, you're right. A big picture overall. Very even game right now. Portal Key just picked up by Magnus, though. Obviously, a big item pickup for him. So we'll see what use he can make of that. Keeper of the Forest, he must have gold pulled up. Yeah, he has 2,100 here.
Probably going for his Portal Key as well to synergize with those big AoE ultimates. The Eruption, the Root, into the Eruption, into the Lava Surge, right? Yeah, the Lava Surge. There's tons of lockdown and able to stop this early momentum coming out from Stay Green.
Yep. Speaking of that momentum, will Stay Green continue this push? Of course they will. The push is very strong, just like last game. Middle tower going to be counter-pushed by Complexity, but they are going to lose a secondary tower. Will it be denied is the question. Aluna kind of hanging out nearby. Very careful here. She is going to start falling back. Master of Arms throws the coup out. It doesn't scare them enough, though. Stay Green will take the tower kill. Both teams pretty content at kind of doing some tower exchanging right now. And as a result, it's pretty much identical when it comes to the gold difference. I mean, basically 100 or 200 gold difference.
Uh-oh, Monkey King here in the bottom lane getting stalked on by Wretched Hag.
Yeah, Keeper of the Forest is also nearby. He's not going to just yet. There's a lightning speed going to be applied to Wretched Hag right there. The Bat Blast coming out. The Wand Gym Slam goes down there. Where was Keeper of the Forest?
He was nowhere
ETC
near.
or something? I mean, no, he's playing.
He's creeping. He doesn't have his root.
Okay, so why would you go in then if you're Wretched Hag?
And use the Bat Blast? I mean, he pushed him off the wave, but yeah, a little bit of a wasted Bat Blast there. Yeah. To try to just pick his fights carefully for the next 116 seconds. He just probably underestimated how tanky Monkey King was. He had the investments, he has the strength, steam boots.
I don't think he had the
Blade.
Mighty Blade.
Okay,
I think he
picked
just
it up
got
right
that.
now. Either way,
still
underestimated a little bit probably. Still pushes him off the wave. Not a big deal. Just going to look to reset, reapproach the situation a little bit later.
Hell, we've seen Bat Blast, especially a player like Slicks. They'll use it just to clean up creep waves. I mean, so it's again, you can use it liberally for
true.
sure.
It is
a 135-second cooldown, but
yeah, there was that one game I felt like he was only using it on the creep waves.
there was he did that with Forsaken Archer too, with the piercing arrows.
That makes a lot of sense though in early fights, using it to kill those ancients, get your gold up right away. Congo already being attempted here by Stay Green.
Yeah, they love to do this. This is they love these really early Congors because not only do they build teams that can definitely do it effectively, but it just catches the other team off guard. You're 16 minutes into a game. You're not really thinking about Congor yet. They do spot it out with a Tree Dog, but by the time they do, it's just going to be too late. Token of Life going to be picked up, it looks like, by Demented Shaman right here, actually. And Complexity just couldn't do anything about it. Again, they got the idea just at the last second. By that time, just way too late. And Stay Green now has another fighting power to work with. So Demented Shaman, he got locked down early on because of that trial lane. Look at him now, 275 gold per minute. He's got the steam boots, got plenty of build up here. He's working towards a tablet most likely, and now he has a Token of Life actually. And it's a solid hero to have it on, especially if he's kind of your farming and getting the levels at least. So
sure. Well, it has a lot to do with the pressure you create when you're going to Conquer as well. You're going to take the enemy hero. It's like when they were knocking on the base last game. People have to leave the lanes. A reapproach. Do we want to defend this? Do we not? Oh, let's go. And then they start going. And then like, shit, we're too late. We just wasted time. We could have been farming waves. Just makes them choose on what they want to do. Bottom lane can be pushed out by Stay Green. Right now, they've got the token. Complexity, despite getting that early PK on Keeper of the Forest and Magnus, now they're not going to be able to pick fights.
Yeah, that's got to be hurtful for Complexity. It seemed like they definitely had their good chances here early on, and they most certainly do. I mean, again, this is just an even game. If anything, look at the goal difference, 31. It just continues to stay very, very even. A lot of tower trading going on right here. Another secondary tower going to be pushed by Stay Green, and another secondary tower going to fall. Will Stay Green continue now into the base is the big question here. Again, they got that Token of Life for another 5.5 minutes on Demented Shaman, so by no means do they need to rush it, but maybe they feel like that this is an opening, and it looks like that they do. They're going to go straight for the base. Torch rounds them coming in 4 seconds. You got everyone here. Monkey King kind of going back and forth. Ophelia with the minions up in the front lines. They're going to get the tower at about half life, but it looks like Stay Green's going to have enough, and they will now start to fall back. So in the end, no tower pushing just yet into the base, just like last game, but still plenty of pressure applied.
Right. Look at what Riser's doing top lane too. Still using his Tree Dogs to sort of occupy the creep wave and let the siege unit and the creeps push the tower. So very effectively done. They're probably
still might die.
They might get the deny here though.
No, he missed it
with a well-timed last hit.
Wow. I mean,
damn that ballista.
That's pretty big. I mean, that's a lot of gold that could have been denied. That wasn't. So again, the gap, it's under 1,000 for both experience and gold.
Well, there's a lot of heals coming out here from this Hellborn team, but they have an answer to it. It's in this Hellful Hour coming out for Wretched Hag. Wait for that token to drop. They have a lot of AoE ultis in which they can defend the base if they try to apply too much pressure.
Magnus catching Tempest. He did bottle up the Haste Rune, though, and that will be enough to get away. Obviously, Keeper of the Force was nearby, but he did have a portal key, too, but didn't want to risk it and not get the kill, so Tempest is going to be fine. But you're right, the Hellflower on Wretched Hag, obviously going to be a huge pickup here. When he gets it, that was the question. He has 2,700 gold now plus saved up. He's got the 1 Arcana already, so he's getting there, but not there just yet. Barrier Idol just finished by Keizu, though, playing the Tempest. That's big.
It's going to be at the cost of the second mid-tier tower, but after that, he's going to have it. He's going to have it ready if they try to apply pressure to the base. Hopefully, I mean, he's getting very close in that 2940 right now. Oh, wow. Keeper actually took one of the creep kills. That was the creep kill I think it would have given him his...
I mean, close.
No, he's got
it.
There
you go. Okay.
Yeah,
he's got it now. Again.
Or maybe he already had a component for it. Maybe the...
Possibly, yeah. Emperor, we're not even 20 minutes into this game. We already have...
Sure.
What is that? We already have 11 tower kills combined between these two teams.
I know.
Not even... last game also, a lot of tower pushing. What the hell is going on, man? This series... Pretty crazy stuff.
Trying to get it done pretty quickly. A lot of tower pushes, but not a lot of hero kills yet. We saw the action breaking out pretty early with that aggressive tri-lane. You can since then, things have tapered off.
Yeah.
And with that token, it looks like things will be played a little bit more passive for at least 3 more minutes. I think Stay Green's going to try to capitalize on the fact that they have the token, but just...
Monkey King might be in a little bit of trouble right here. Slicks being locked down. Can he get away? Maybe no. The red power throw comes through, and Franzi will get credit for the kill. So Complexity being a little bit sneaky right there, and it does pay off. Slicks is just not having the best of time here on this Monkey King. He's 0-3-0 now. I mean, he's still farming 315 gold per minute. A lot of that because of the tower pushing, but overall not doing the best, unfortunately.
Right, and they didn't invest any heavy cooldowns in using it. They used their health flower. It's already back up. No bat blast, no eruption needed. It was a pretty clean kill. Still not wanting to force anything just yet. Going up against that token, a lot of these hour towers already pushed down, so just content to sit back and farm the map a little bit longer.
Steam Boots and Energizer finished on Master of Arms. So Moomian, remember too, though, he's playing that kind of secondary support really this game. So definitely a solid start for him nonetheless as far as his item set goes. Farming just under that 200 gold per minute mark. Give her the Forest, yeah, the Ring of Swords for the Astrolabe, the Portal Key, a lot of utility to the table, has an initiation factor. Token of Life is down to 2 minutes, so we'll see if, again, if Stay Green makes use of that or not. Remember, we're at game number 2 here. Yes, it is 1-1 in the series. Obviously, that's a result of Complexity coming into the series up 1-0, and Stay Green, though, winning that official first game, so tying it up. So, again, an easy way to look at it. Really, this is just a clear best out of 3 in a sense, too. But, man, I mean, we've had some 2 intense games, as short as they've been so far. We've had a lot of just, again, a lot of tower pushing.
Well,
especially going on.
Bricky, at what point did the melee racks fall in game 1? Wasn't it 10 minutes and like 50 seconds, 11 minutes
11
into the
minutes,
game?
12 minutes. It was ridiculously early.
This one looked like it's shaping up to be a little bit longer of an exercise here for both teams.
Yeah.
The bottom base tower has been pressured, but we see Complexity has things going very much in their favor as far as this game is concerned. Like, the pieces were not adding up in game 1. Game 2, they have this great AoE ulti synergy. They're getting their core item pickups. They're pretty much in full flight. Even Moon playing this secondary support master does have Steam Boots Energize already as well.
How about that Gnome's Wisdom onto Ophelia? Again, it's just an item in general that's just been picking up a lot of steam.
Really?
But, yeah, you don't usually see it on Ophelia, but you do got a Tempest as well who take care of the barrier idol. Oh, speaking of Ophelia, give it the Force, the room comes out. There's the chain reactions. The double Minotaur stun. Not the best initiation from Monkey King. That could be the difference maker. Do they have dust? Do they have any rev? I believe they might. Wanjum Slant is down. Keeper of the Forest will eventually fall, but holy crap. That was a lot closer than it maybe should have been. Honestly, Slicks was just awkward with that with the elusive dash.
The second Minotaur didn't get the stun off yet, right?
Yeah.
And, well, you know, Torture had the bound eye.
Yeah, that's why. Okay.
That could be part of the problem with Monkey King as he's tossing the enemy around the Heavenly Vault. It makes it difficult for you to get your spells off as a team sometimes.
Jeez, another pause
keep
coming out
pausing,
here.
Yeah, I don't know if they're... Look at top. He's dying.
He's DCing. Oh, apparently Wretched Hag is having some DC issues. That would make sense. So
yeah.
The unfortunate thing about that is that, again, that's it's their last pause, I believe. No, so that should mean Stay Green should have 3 pauses themselves to go with. So hopefully it's not too much of an issue here. But yeah, clearly taking plenty of tower damage here. So we'll see. It's apparently it's his internet. So they, with that said, though, they are attempting to counter push here.
Yes.
Top lane, but they're going to need to defend.
Stay Green has their entire team down there. Keeper of the Force is down. They are going to force a buyback here unless they want to sacrifice this defense tower. And they need that Keeper of the Force to set things up for this level 2 eruption coming out from Magnus.
Yeah. Demented Shaman also has the Token of Life, remember, though, too. So this is going to be
he does need to buy back. If he doesn't
push.
buy back, then you're going to say goodbye to some sets of racks here.
Yeah, and are you willing to give up the set of racks is basically what it comes down to now. So we do see Haxer timing out right there. We're told that he is going to go ahead and restart his internet and hopefully get that issue figured out here. And then we can resume into the second game, ASAP. So again, we've been live here casting from PAX East, Emperor. Having a lot of fun here at the booth. I've had plenty of fans just in general come up. Heroes and Newith fans, HoNcast fans. And it's always a lot of fun, you know, seeing them, meeting them in person, and, you know, saying hello. So always love live events, mainly for that reason. So
yeah, I got a bunch of friends, fans from the stream here too. I got My boy Skyzo runs the world. He's here. Ninja Panda watching on stream. King Plato supposed to be stopping by later.
I heard about that.
We get to meet the Jeffer in person. Have you met him yet, Breaky?
I've never met King Plato. I can't say I don't know if he was. I don't think he's been to really any events that I would have been to. So
right, and there's been some GMs coming by. Just a lot of people who are fans of the game showing up. A lot of people who just bought Sunday passes to come here and watch the final cycle of HoN Tour live.
That's really cool to hear. Yeah. So obviously we got a lot of viewers tuning in at home, of course. When it comes down to it, and definitely shout out to you guys too, but it's definitely a lot of fun being in this live atmosphere, and it just helps with the vibe in general, man. I mean, being in the studio is great, obviously, for production and everything, and in that sense, but you don't have this big crowd around you. You don't have this live environment. The music going on at the booth next to us.
People are fighting all over the place.
Fighting over there. Same place where I beat you. Just to bring up that, but.
We'll settle this. We will settle this after we're done casting.
You're still waiting for your redemption moment. You're still waiting for that.
You know what? After we're done casting, we should go throw down.
Okay.
One last time. You can seal the deal.
I'm down. We can do that once again. Maybe get Milk Fed in there as well. Too easy, he says. Okay.
He defeated 5 Power Rangers at once.
Yeah,
did you
see him, man?
Okay.
Just threw them off, man. He's got some strength there. I did not know, Sam. Oh, man. Well, anyways, so again, this is the grand finals here for cycle number 8. Where will we be after this? Well, we got the playoffs starting next week.
Sure.
The 4 through 11 tournament. I don't have the exact days and times in front of me, but it is on the HoNtour.com website. You guys can check it out there under the news section. So it starts this coming week. Again, the 4 through 11 teams. Now, with that said, there is word that one of the teams, unfortunately, I don't want to say too much because I don't know how much is official, but there is a chance one of the teams might not be able to play that week. So they might go to the 12th place seed. But
yeah, that was already announced on the forums.
Was it?
So it's
okay,
official.
So
it's out there.
Legends, yeah,
Absolute Legends not able to play.
Unfortunately, apparently not able to play. Again, they've always known to have kind of a schedule conflict, especially when it comes to the weekdays.
Well, they're all in school.
Yeah.
They all got a lot of things going on. There's the matches in the weekdays. If they were to go to the Vegas event, they'd be missing out a week and just, keeping strong to their studies and keeping their priorities straight.
Yeah, of course. It's understandable. Again, it's unfortunate from our perspective. We'd love to see a team like that in that event and a team that could win it. I mean, they really could win that thing and go to Vegas, but
they proved me wrong. They made it pretty far again in this cycle. I love the guys. I wasn't sure if the consistency would be there, and knocking out Afraid 2-0 really did make a strong statement.
Yeah. So, but as far as which team will replace them in the 4 through 11, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, for sure.
How that turns out. So, anyways, nonetheless, it is going to be a great event. Of course, again, that's all going to be covered by Beef over there at the Complexity stream. So I'm sure he's going to have a lot of fun with that. I know, again, we're not going to probably be able to tune in a whole lot, so we'll maybe check in when we can. But the time difference that you and myself are going to have to be dealing with over there in Thailand, not going to be the friendliest for watching those matches, unfortunately. But with that said, too, we then got the GSL event March 30th and 31st. Again, we're still waiting to release more information on that as far as the exact schedule and what to expect, which will be coming out shortly. But that's going to be an epic event, man. Both State Green and then, of course, Trademark Esports are going to be there,
right, representing
our region. We got Orange, I know for a fact. And there's plenty of teams all over the world that are going to be there playing for $60,000, man. A lot of money, and a lot of teams to deal with, and teams that we just don't know anything about that we're going to learn a lot of. So
I agree.
And then, of course, the Grand Finals, the HoN Tour Grand Finals after that.
So. Yeah, Hexerin's still missing here, man. Hopefully he comes back. I mean, Complexity was looking damn strong this game. They're holding out. Slicks is having a little bit of a suffer. Still building towards that Shrunken Head. Actually, only 170 gold off. I like that. They're not waiting for item pickups. They're not like, oh, we need to wait for our Shrunken Head to push, or I need to wait for this. They know the timing is right.
Yeah.
They're applying the pressure and cracking that window wide open. They do have the barrier idol as well, up by Keizu, so going to help out a lot with this push in combination with the Astrolabe and the Ophelia's touch.
Yes.
Pretty tough to stop
again
with all that spam.
I really think the barrier idol, the Token of Life, and Dimension Shaman, all 5 of them already being down here. Obviously, in a pause screen, you can only analyze so much, but it does seem like this is shaping up to be a very powerful push from State Green. And yeah, the invulnerability, I don't think they have it, so that's going to be even a worse case for Complexity there. At the very least, going to lose the tower. That's pretty much going to happen. It's whether or not the melee racks especially goes down here. Again, they do have a Luna. They do have Master of Arms. A lot of creep clearing potential with those 2 heroes alone. You have Magnus with the portal key tablet. Of course, he needs support back to base, but he'll be good to go just in a couple seconds once we come back here. But yeah, keep it the forest. With that buyback, it'll be needing to have a lot of combination going on here for complexity, and doing it very, very well, lining it up well. So we'll see if that happens to be the case, of course. But again, all that to happen, we need to have Haxerin come back. So still sitting DC'd as if you are just joining us.
Yeah, speaking of the Vegas qualifier, I was reading an interview here with Super KGE. He said they have all eyes set on Vegas, man. They're pretty confident they can take it, and it's a really big thing, so it's a huge motivator for them to go hard, play hard. It comes down to the fact that they said in the last HoN Tour cycle they did take a disappointing early exit, but they knew that they already had a safe spot for the qualifier. They're pretty secure in where they were going to be seated, and they didn't want to show too much, and they sort of were playing for fun. So going to be revitalized going into that tournament as well. Yeah, again, on the podcast we did here on Friday, we were giving our predictions on who we thought would even win that, how that play. I went with Lion Esports Club. It's I think, especially with that Sound Blaster Heroes League, where there was a lot on the line, they showed that they can buckle down and compete against the best of the best at a very, very high level when it comes down to it. So, yeah, that's interesting right there. Well, Swinnemelon's being mannered for Stay Green right there. I mean, he's offering a remake. I mean, you could argue it's obviously it's by all means you're able to offer it. It's just a case of, well, does that matter? Okay, he is going to be reconnecting here. Okay. Yeah, I think that'd be kind of silly to do a remake if he's actually going to be. That just doesn't even make sense. So for sure. Well, yeah, they know that they could probably be in a better position. They've done it before. Being toe to toe with Wretched Hag, well on his way to being an absolute monster late game at 410 gold per minute. Riser having a boss game himself, nearing that mark, and Slick's kind of having a suffer. They're like, screw it, we'd like a redo as well. Yeah. So again, he's being generous, of course, but I don't think complexity will. Sure. It's with him reconnecting, unless it just keeps DCing for whatever reason, then we'll see. But it is interesting though, because it's a case of they say so they do say no thank you, but it's going to be interesting because this is a pretty significant moment right here. It is. They're pushing the base, so we've already analyzed this. Not really much else to say. Sure. But what if they push the base, the Rax gets destroyed, and then all of a sudden Haxerin's like, I'm lagging still. Then if you're Stay Green, are you like, you want to remake? Probably not, honestly. So we'll see. Here we go. Of course, they're going to be porting back right here, most likely. Stay Green going to start working their way up the ramp. Again, the base tower at the ramp. Okay, they did have a vulnerability, it looks like, so that's going to be used right there, right off the back. Give it the force up in 10 seconds. Will he actually buy back or not? It's going to be so close. There goes the deep of the tower. The Rax is still well alive, of course. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. He's going to be up right here just before, but when will complexity go? Will Stay Green hang in there? Oh, they're not going to. They're happy with the tower, or are they? They got Shrunken Head coming. Barrier Idol is still up. Token down in 23 seconds, so they can apply a little bit more pressure here. Here we go. Demented Shaman, as he mentioned, token of life on him, so he's not afraid of the front lines. He's going to take a lava surge start right there. The Goo is down. The charge shot is up. He's going to be tapping forward. Demented Shaman in a horrible spot right here. So Swinnemelon will eventually fall, it looks like. Stormcloud going to be put out. Oh my god, he might not actually fall. Holy crap, holding his ground. But look at the token. Okay, it was at a 5 seconds. That was really close right there. But Swinnemelon eventually does get taken out. Charge shot going to be used on him, but he is going to run away in the end, it looks like. So I don't know if Stay Green is going to still go for this with that token of life down or not. I mean, nothing really major was used by either team, really. They got Shrunken Head on Monkey King now, and they do have Barrier Idol still on Tempest. It was not used yet. Lots of spammability here with the Wretched Hag, with the Master of Arms, with the Illuna. Going to be pretty tough to break base. Yeah, especially with the creep clear potential is most certainly there for complexity, and that could be the saving grace for them when it comes to this push attempt. So we have another creep wave here. I mean, we'll see after this one. If this one doesn't work, then most likely going to fall back. Where's the Barrier Idol? There it is. Going to go off right there. And into the melee racks they go. It is dropping very quickly. Offensive Stormcloud coming at big red hitting all 5 heroes. There's that Shrunken Head from Monkey King. In comes a Bat Blast from the side. Swinnemelon still well alive. Eruption in the background, but everyone's still alive. Thames ultimate going to be canceled immediately. Coming out there from the Legion team, but Master of Arms going to fall. Only one to fall so far, actually, but the melee racks goes down in favor of Stay Green. They got what they came for, and look at their life pool. I mean, Demented Shaman just keeping everyone up. Ophelia's touch doing the work. The Gnome's Wisdom buff, I'm sure, helping. Right.
Man, just looking good as a team right now with State Green.
I mean, B-Kid landed a pretty good eruption. I mean, Keeper went in with the root. He followed up, got a full channel off. They were just too damn tanky to deal with. The Ophelia's touch coming out, not enough follow-up damage, and part of the problem, too, when Keeper of the Forest goes in with that root, it does signify, okay, all the follow-up damage is going to come out here. Wretched Hag is going to come in with her Bat Blast. We got the Eruption, what have you, so it signifies Monkey King like, hey, I need to activate my Shrunken Head.
Oh, not the best of initiations right there. Torture, he's the one that took the Hellflower. He ends up surviving there in the end. Again, nobody ends up dying between the two teams. And now State Green is on the run. A Lava Surge for Magmus, not going to be used just yet. Look at the turnaround from State Green. They're going balls to the wall. Magmus being stunned, and he's going to get a great Lava Surge stun off, though. But will it matter in the end? He's going to be on the run now. Keeper of the Forest in the front guard. Wanjin slant is put down. Keeper of the Forest gets completely collapsed. And Luna, he gets the Master's Call. I'm pretty sure that was meant for Keeper. Just a little bit too late. Lava Surge stun on a Dimension Trauma. Dimension Trauma. Will he get turned on? Oh, the hit. Red Silk, the last second, will eventually fall. But Master of Arms also going to be taken out right now. A 2-for-1 exchange in favor of State Green. And again, they've already done their damage. They got some hero kills. They are finally going to fall back. But the melee Rax is dead. So Complexity definitely taking a hit right there.
Yeah, the damage is done. And, you know, that fight lasted a while. Kongor is going to be back up soon with that bottom melee Rax pushed down and the strong. You saw right there how fast the towers dropped. Thanks to the Ophelia, thanks to the Demented Shaman heal, Kongor will fall just as fast. It's going to be pretty tough for them to actually do anything about. Going to have another token, then going to go pressure up on the top lane.
Monkey King, yeah, you mentioned the Shrunken Head on him. I mean, he's just going to continue to farm now in that jungle. The 4,200 gold lead, the 2,500 experience lead here for State Green. Again, nothing too significant, but it is a lead nonetheless. Looking good for them. But yeah, Wretched Hag, 2,000 gold saved up. Shrunken Head for her will be very, very useful, of course. And then you got Beacon on good old Magmus. He's got another 1,500 gold saved up himself, so he's definitely pulling up. Will we possibly see a Hellflower on him as well? Coming out here for Complexity. We'll see what Beacon decides. But look at this. Kongor going to be attempted once again, it looks like. Again, there is a Ward of Sight that was just placed by Franzi nearby. I don't know if that actually sees I'm sure it sees a part of the Kongor pit, but
Part of it walking towards it.
It looks like it did at least spot something, though.
Yeah, they do know that, but they kill it very fast, so they're not going to be flash farming the map, the other side lane stuff while they're sitting here. So, I mean, okay, Elemental Void is down, up in 15 seconds, so if they just pull back and wait a tiny bit, they can go apply the pressure again. We saw how strong they were last team fight with their positioning.
Double damage rune on Monkey King, so obviously helping as well.
Yeah, you just can't go in there alone. The creeps are going to help them out a lot.
Yeah.
And for pretty low mana, they do have to be careful. Still, they got they have a few buybacks available. Even if they lose this fight, it wouldn't be the worst thing. They are fighting uphill. Bottom lane is getting pressured in. They're going to have to do something because the ranged racks otherwise are going to fall. These upgraded creeps are tearing apart the soldiers of the Legion side.
Yeah, that's where it's really difficult for Complexity right now. But State Green, actually, they're going to fall back. They're not going to really make it that tough in the end. Or are they? They got the port back from Aluna. Look at this. They go immediately back towards the Kongor pit. So State Green faking as if they were just going to fall back altogether. They see at least one response. They port back. Now, will this Kongor kill actually happen here? The minions in there, of course, taking Kongor. A lot of damage coming out as a team. I don't think Complexity is going to be able to stop this. There's a haste rune that spawns right here. We'll see. Maybe they can pick that up. Magma's kind of running in. Going to go ahead and pick it up himself, so we'll have that to work with at least. Aluna, again, not here. Going to red power throw, though. Kongor still actually has decent amount of life right here, so he's still not going to be killed. State Green just keeping them occupied.
Playing it safe, not taking the risk. They're like, oh, it's close, but they don't need to. They don't need to.
What's Kongor sitting at? 2,500 life, it looks like. You got the double Minotaur and the Skeleton King, of course, up here in the front lines from Chessie, playing that Ophelia. So, yeah, playing it safe. The bottom creep wave doing work now. I will say Aluna's doing a great job of holding this off again, and not the ranged racks is back at full life here. Here we go again, though, back at a Kongor, but the immediate reset. Okay, State Green just seems very adamant about kind of sitting here, but here we go. The Lava Surge coming in from Magmas. There's a root on top. Monkey King flying around with the Wanjin Slam and whatnot. Demented Shaman, he's being locked up by Kongor, actually. Demented Shaman may actually fall right here. No, he's going to be top of his side. He will survive. Red Master's calling a red check in the meantime. Monkey King still chasing the elusive dash going off. Magmas barely stopped the way. Keeping the force still alive. Will he fall though in the end? It looks like he may. Yes, just a little bit too much damage, and he is the only one to die after all of that. But look at that, the eruption from Magnus. Barely any life to finish off Torture, and Beacon is going to homecoming Stone away before he falls. Aluna, not going to be the same story, though. She is going to get caught out. Master of Arms kind of running back in, but not going to work out too well. But this will also set up a Congo now in favor of Stigger. And Gavocha can see coming out.
Yeah. Really?
I don't know about that at all. Look at your Wretched Hag. She's still topping the game by farm.
Well, they haven't confirmed just yet.
Yeah, so it's maybe just a frustration, but even so, I mean, that kind of tells you the mental state.
They need to collapse harder onto that Demented Shaman. He actually lived. He had the Health Flower on him. They were locking him down. He just barely survived, got his heal off, got his cape off, completely turned that fight around for him. If they were able to drop the Demented Shaman, I like that they were initiating on Swindle Melons with that Health Flower. Stopped a lot in the initial defensive power that they have. Just it looked like it was scattered. The Bat Blast didn't come out soon enough to finish him off.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Conger was even assisting. Even Conger wanted to help them kill Demented Shaman, but it just wasn't going to happen.
You know what set it up, though, was that push book that took him into the Congo pit to the good and sort of removed him because they initiated on the left side there on that cliff to the left of the pit. He got pushed inside. It sort of protected him a bit.
Yeah. He also picked up a glowstone. I think he had that just before that as well. And those stats definitely helping to keep him alive. And, you know, speaking of the glowstone, I kind of wonder a little bit. What is the Staff of the Master could be valid here. I mean, it does increase the Storm Cloud quite a bit as far as the boosting of it.
Actually takes the cooldown.
No, it makes it from 18 to 24 seconds.
That's right.
And it also increases the radius from 600 to 800.
Okay.
So it's actually a pretty good amplifier. I mean, that's 6 more seconds of minus armor on top of just more minus armor in general that you're getting.
Well, and yeah, all the stats.
And there's always the stats, yeah.
And there it is.
Yeah,
there it is.
And actually, Staff of the Master also just finished by Chesney, too.
Wow.
A couple of Staff of the
Masters.
Masters. Wow. How about that? I don't think we've ever seen that.
I never have, period.
A couple of Staff of the Masters in one game. One of the rarest items to see, honestly, in the competitive HoN scene. And State Green has 2 of them. Now, Ophelia, again, very good with the Staff of the Masters. It goes from, 120 seconds to 30 seconds. That is just ridiculous. I've always seen it as powerful on her.
Yeah, they know they're just tanky enough here to sort of endure the initiation from Complexity, completely turn it around. I mean, they weren't able to take out the Demented Shaman, even with the Health Flower initiation, before he tanked up from the complete Staff of the Master, before he has increased levels now, before he had the token. They're not going to be able to punch through that. So who do they go on at this point? They can try to take out Ophelia, maybe stop the Astrolabe, stop the Ophelia's gift, but then they have Demented Shaman using the Unbreakable and protecting her as well.
Well, you see what Ophelia did right there. I mean, the Staff of the Master, he healed up at the beginning of this push right now, and it's already back up in 5 seconds. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. Again, the power of the Staff of the Master for Ophelia. Here we go into the base. The tower invulnerability going to be used right away. Now, Wretched actually still pushing the middle lane. With her not being there, you would not expect Complexity to, of course, put the initiation in just yet. So she wants to make the counter push. She is going to pour back now, though. Ophelia's touch, once again, going to be used right there, knowing by the time it's up again, it could very likely come in handy. So
yeah, as
just being efficient with
waves
it.
are spawning breaky, she's able to keep casting that Ophelia's gift.
Now, Complexity is going to little bit of bottom tower pressure. That's good for them, at least. See down there at the bottom lane. Granted, their racks being cleared out down there is what makes it kind of interesting, but it is going to be pushed back in the end, though. So
it is. This tower is getting low. And we saw that concede vote come out from Complexity. Obviously, a little bit of frustration coming out. They cooled it down, though. They didn't go through with it. I respect that they're trying to finish this game off and do it right.
Here we go. Another push into the base. The tower almost like the power here, but there's the initiation from Complexity. Ophelia's the target of choice, and she will fall. Big damage on the mid, though, coming out. Gonna lock down 3 heroes here on Complexity's side. Watch him slam put down. Wretched will be able to blink away, but down goes Aluna right there. Cupid the Force trying to make the getaway. Lava Surge from Magnus once again is up right here. Will he use it in time? Yes, he would have get away, but Cupid the Force is already dead. A 2-for-1 exchange right there. So the target of choice again, Ophelia. They do pick her off right off the bat.
Yeah, I talked about that would be the next go-to target with Demented Shaman having that token. They wanted to stop the heals, but sure, they had to use the root, though. As soon as the root was applied, that was the sign for Tempest to say, hey, I'm activating my Shrunken Head, I'm breaking free, and I'm getting a free ultimate off.
Oh, Eruption from Agnes, maybe. He's in a pretty good spot right here. Look at that, he has spell shards as well, by the way. Holy crap. I just noticed that.
Wow, just trying to... because they have so much protected power, they're just trying to make sure they can drop the targets when he goes in.
Yeah, interesting.
Wow.
But he's not going to get that eruption chance. The tower falls, and Stay Green going to fall back. But, man, we're seeing a couple items here. The Staff of the Master, 2 of them.
Right.
We got a Spell Shards on Magnus.
We were just talking the other day about how we haven't seen it on Magnus or any of those heroes.
Yeah.
Not that we see Behemoth ever these days, but in a long time, when the item first came out, when it was a weaker form of the item, in my opinion,
True.
we did see it quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was more because of the appeal of it being a new item, honestly.
Well, we did see it on the Burst Initiator, sure. But yeah, a little bit of the appeal. I mean, I think it's still, on a hero like Magnus, it does have application.
Well, what you have to think, though, too, is the fact,
Hellflower.
yeah, exactly. You
Hellflower
did
for a
spend,
little bit
how much
more.
gold is it total for that item? You did spend $23.75 for a Spell Shard. And he is leveling it up. So if you level it up all the way, you know, you're looking at nearly 4,000, if not higher. So it's around a Hellflower purchase. How much is it exactly? Let's see. The pattern is what? It's 800, so you put 1,600 on top of that. So yeah, you're looking at basically just about 4,000 gold. Obviously,
Yeah,
a little bit
under.
less than a Hellflower.
A little bit less, so it's
47.25, but
no, it's less, and it also amplifies your AoE presence, your pickoffs. Still, you look at it, you can stop the item. The fact that you're able to disarm your opponents as well, stop their item uses with a Hellflower is what sort of puts it over the top in my book.
yeah.
Great counter to Shrunken Heads, the heals, everything coming out.
Well, I mean, maybe, yeah, I don't know. You can say maybe he just wants more burst, but obviously
Well, and
Hellflower
it's-
would apply that too.
Yeah,
so.
but it's in an AoE. It's for everybody that's
True.
getting hit by the eruption. A hero
True.
like Magnus, it makes sense.
Yeah, oh, here we go again. Barriato going to be activated. Look at the Magnus positioning, though. He is setting up. There's the channeling of the eruption. He jumps in the lava surge on the big game of the fourth turn. Again, Ophelia is going to be bursting out right off the bat. A big start for complexity. Riser, though, he's going to take the one and slam. Tapping it forward, staying alive. Monkey King jumping around with the heavily ball. Down goes Give of the Force. Once again, a 1-for-1 exchange right there. But the melee Rax is still alive. That's what complexity cares about right now. And so does Stay Green. Dimension Shaman still has a token of life for another 30 seconds right here. He's going to be locked in. Lava Surge coming in. Dimension Shaman may actually fall. No, the Unbreakable's applied. And Moon Meander going to be turned on right there. Dimension Shaman still alive. Stormcloud is out defensively, doing plenty of armor for the team. He finally does fall, but the melee Rax goes down. Token of life, bringing Dimension Shaman back up. Lava Surge done on him. Haunt is applied. Aluna doing what she can, but Flash of Darkness is going to be have to use by Haxtra. Tempest Ultimate does absolutely nothing right there for Keizu.
He was trying to catch the Wretched Hag. Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
what?
Swindle Melons gets the kill and a hack. What happened? The dot.
Was it just the dot?
That
The dot
was. That had to
entangled?
be. Oh, the entangled dot kills Haxfin in the end.
Combined with that Thunderstorm Cloud, the boosted
Yeah.
ultimate, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
That probably was a difference. You're right. So Haxfin ties at the end. They get the Rax. Stay Green. Looking like they're in a pretty good spot here in game number 2.
They are.
Nearly a 10,000 gold lead, a 4,900 experience lead
Yeah,
there.
one more comment about the Hellflower versus the Spell Shards I was thinking about a little bit is that the fact is that when you're building Spell Shards, it only is, what, 23.75 for the initial Spell Shards level 1?
Yeah, it's very short.
Okay,
yeah.
so when were they getting pushed on? Right now. When did they need to win the game? Right now. Waiting
Yeah.
and trying to pick up that Hellflower would not have done anything for him.
True. Very true. Maybe it was just more of a reactionary case with
Yeah.
that said, but Wretched Hag, she is dead, but we did just see her purchase a Slayer right there. Okay, wait, did she sell it though? Because she's sitting on 3,500 gold. I wasn't paying attention to
Probably.
how much gold she actually had
Well, I don't know,
before
she's
that.
at 415 gold per minute. Getting
What?
Spell Shards herself. Wow.
Huh.
It's
What-
cool.
I mean, it's cool, but what is the logic, you think? I mean, is it
You
because
see it because they have this, the AoE heal, the presence, the durability. They're trying to go around Ophelia, stop the heal, and have enough burst AoE magic damage to sort of stop them from, overcoming and overtaking their team.
Yeah.
They're
Interesting. Huh.
trying to combat all this magic resistance, man.
Very, very interesting strategy coming out for complexity. I mean, you're right, though. That's the thing you have to keep in mind. It's the AoE presence. Wretched Act, the Magnus Eruption, even the Lava Surge. It's the benefit that you're getting out of that over something like a Hellflower being
Sure.
the single target. So, yeah, that is true. And I guess you probably are right. I mean, complexity does seem like that's kind of their logic here. So, he bought the Slayer initially, selling it, though. They are relying on more of, we're going to do this as a team here. We can't necessarily rely on Wretched Act just being a right-click damage target here, because that's just probably not going to work. So we do have Stay Green once again grooving up. By the way, we haven't really talked about Monkey King for a while. I mean, look at his items now: Assassin Shroud, Soul's Bulwark, the Shrunken Head, of course, that he had early on. So he's been able to pick up plenty himself all across the board. I mean, everyone on Stay Green looking pretty solid here when it comes to their items.
Well, we're talking about liking sort of Complexity's approach to this game and what they're attempting to accomplish, but they are 2 sets of melee racks down. Well, one whole set of racks on bottom, and then the melee racks at the top lane. That's going to make this fight a lot harder when Congo spawns next time. What's it going to have on it? Bananas.
Bananas.
So, going to make that breaking the defensive wall that SG's able to put up that much harder. And look, they're actually already positioning for it.
He's going to spawn right now. Damn it, that would have been so cool if he actually spawned right there.
Actually, sort of out of play. When did they have the token? When did it drop?
It was down to 30 seconds when he died here, pushing into the base. So there you go, Conger's up.
Okay.
Yeah. It was going to be any second. They were maybe trying to time it, but they instead are going to now do a little bit of a push here. They're going to maybe try to gank somebody. Probably not going to happen, though, as you see on the mini-map. So instead, they'll head back towards the Conger pit, and as you're just saying, they're going to finish off a 3rd Conger kill here. And that does mean bananas are going to be dropping, so
they can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Now what do you do for Black Side?
Absolutely nothing. Just push back your base. As far as the creep wave is concerned, I mean, you see at the top lane a lot, or Magnus is up here. Just trying to push it up as much as possible before Stay Green starts to react. But Conqueror being killed message going to pop up any second. There we go. Token alive picked up on Demented Shaman once again. And there's the banana on Monkey King. And look at that, the Ophelia's touch coming out. She's level 16 now as well.
Right, keeping the creeps and her allied heroes completely topped off. And, well, going for that final set of melee racks here. They have a Storm Spirit now, man. The Monkey King has the bananas.
That's very
true. The Portal Key Shrunken Head on this Tempest. He can literally blink in, make sure that the Keeper gets caught in his ultimate, and they can do nothing about
it. Yeah. You're right. All right, so the Hellborn team, though, again, just going to kind of let their minions do some work for now. Just like before, just like they do a lot, they're not looking to rush into the base here. They're just going to dwindle it down, do the chip damage, and eventually kill the tower, and then go for the racks to follow. So every creep wave, Barrier Rattle not going to be up for another 35 seconds here, so at the very least going to wait for that to come up once again. But so the Goopy put down. How about Master of Arms, by the way? He actually gets a level 1 shield breaker, so this is your secondary support again.
He doesn't go spell shards here.
Yeah, no, he didn't go the spell shards here.
Well, that would be absolutely retarded with his acid bomb being physical damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now you look at Keeper of the Forest, and he's been jumping in to help kill Ophelia every time they go in. Should he keep doing that is the question, because right now we talked about the Shrunken Head Portal Key on Tempest. That's just going to be the signal to jump in and absolutely dominate the team fight, and they won't be able to do anything about it. I think he needs to sit back, and they just need to finish off.
Look at Magnus. Magnus, the Eruption being channeled. Here we go. He's going to drop in. The Root coming out. Demented Shaman taking a lot of damage. In the meantime, Torture's being picked up with the Hellflower. There's the Tempest ultimate that you were talking about. Tablet on a Master Bars right there, but the damage is going to be done. Eluda will fall. Keeper of the Forest looks like he's going to go down as well. Wretched Axe still alive. She blinks away to safety, so right now it is a 4 versus 4 actually, as Riser did buy back on that Keeper of the Forest, so the tower will stay alive. And it looks like that's how it'll finish for now. So Complexity ultimately will hold it off, but will it be enough? Stay Green. They're thinking about going back in, but no, Complexity not going to overextend themselves.
Sure.
And that will be the end of it for now, at least.
They can drag this game on as long as they want. They've got the 2 sets of racks. They can just wait for the teammate to come back up, top off the creeps, just keep chipping away at the tower. Token of Life still up for another 4.5 minutes as well.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be the window there for Stay Green. If anything, I mean they're still in the Ancients, going to steal the jungle. So really, the resources for Complexity right now very minimal here when it comes down to it. Wretched Axe, she does have level 3 spell shards. That's about another 2,000 gold saved up. So at this point, of course, saving up for at least 1 buyback here wouldn't be a bad option. But ooh, Genjiro going to be just finished by Monkey King. Obviously, that's going to be a huge pickup for him.
Still has a Shrunken Head up as well. They might try to chip away here without Elemental Void being up. It would be a little bit... No, Bat Blast is down for 50 seconds, so they're feeling confident. No, they don't have Elemental Void, but, Complexity's lacking some ultimates as well.
I saw Torturer with the Dancing Blade, but he was just delivering it to Monkey King, actually. So that was kind of funny. But anyways, Genjiro's going to be finished on Monkey King. So again, going to regroup here. Still plenty of time on that token. You see Magnus off to the side. Eruption is up again. a defensive storm cloud coming out right there as they are going to look to maybe do a push. They do have that barrier idle as well.
Look where BK's positioned, man. He's channeling the eruption.
There we go. The big. Oh, we get stumped on first. Torture is going to fall, however. In the meantime, the root in the background right now, it is a 1-for-0 exchange, but will that keep the same? No, well, now Franzi's going to be bursted down as Monkey King doing some nice damage right there with that Kanjiro. Now here comes the base push. 4 versus 4. Both teams losing their main support here. We'll see if they can hold it off. Obviously, the root is on cooldown now. Tempest Ultimate not up either, though, but the tower goes down. And again, stay green, not going to force the issue. They're just going to be happy with that and look to cut off the resources some more of complexity.
Yeah, Elemental Void is up in 30 seconds as well. Barrier Idle's up in 20 seconds. It's going to keep chipping away when it is safe.
You mentioned Shaman kind of in those front lines. Obviously,
whoa,
with that,
we didn't even comment on this, Breaky.
What's up?
Wretched Hack is an Elder Parasite.
She just got that.
Yeah,
she must have just got
shards,
that, yeah.
Elder Parasite. She's just
doing happening
as all
right
in
now?
as possible with as few resources as possible. Just
that is hilarious.
This is off the wall. They're doing whatever they can to try to hold in here. What's next? Are we going to see a Doombringer?
Yeah, hell, you know, that's
they're going all in at this point. She's got the Elder Parasite. She needs to scale. Thunderclaw.
She just sold her level 3 spell shards and picked up Thunderclaw.
Okay.
So she's kind of switching into more of a right-click auto-attacking. This is just, man, what is going on here? From Complexity, Demented Shaman going to be locked down again. He has a token alive. Going to be pushed forward. In comes the Tempest Ultimate, though. A big one coming up for Complexity. And look at Complexity just falling, straight green with the big one. Complexity falls apart, and that could have done it right there if it wasn't over already. Keeping the force, he's going to end up falling. And I expect those GG well plays to be coming out any second now. There's a good game called. Game number 2 will go to Stay Green here, and that means they're going to be up 2-1 here in the Cycle 8 Grand Finals. It is a best-of-5, of course, so will Complexity come back and force that final game, or will Stay Green just keep this momentum up, man? I mean, who knows?
Did you see what happened in the well there? Apparently,
what did he do?
got the kill on KZU. I don't know if he was... okay, he was just going to say hello, and he gets smacked him down in the face.
Obviously not over just yet, but...
You don't taunt the Swagmas, no.
Of course not, of course not. Man, I mean, that was a crazy game. Both teams, a lot of pushing early on, remember? I mean, both teams getting plenty of tower kills, but...
I thought that was Complexity's moment, honestly. It was neck and neck for a while. They were scaling to the late game quite well, and we saw here a lot of these final pushes they were able to hold off. Still, Stay Green found their window, especially with that token breaking into the bottom base, and they just couldn't contend after the first set of racks fell.
Yeah. Obviously just having some fun now, but we're going to end the old-fashioned way. The World Tree is going to go down and Stay Green. There you go. It is official there. They do take the second game. So again, Stay Green up 2-1 here over Complexity.
Yeah.
1 win away from securing cycle number 8 champions and earning some more money as a result. Complexity, we know this team has been on a lot of momentum lately themselves, looking good, but Stay Green does just seem to be the better team here today, man.
They're looking tough. They're looking tough. They went in that game with a Monkey King pick. What is next? Every single game we're seeing a new hero. It's like they're just tossing it out there. Complexity, a very, very powerful AoE composition there. Just having too many heals. I am positive Demented Shaman is getting banned out or drafted by Complexity. No, they're not going to even risk because they'll have first pick. It's going to get banned out next game. Yeah. There's no way. It's having way too huge of an impact.
Yeah. It's I agree with you there. I mean, it seems like that's kind of the hero that just as today we've seen from Stay Green, that really is working for them very, very nicely. But again, a team that's very, very has a lot of diversity to say the least. I mean, they've proven that even in these last couple of weeks. So you ban one here, you know, they just go for another. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. But again, we are going to be having that third game coming up here. Obviously, being a best-of-5. So right now it's a 2-1 series lead for Stay Green. But will Complexity again force a final game? Or can Stay Green just wrap it up right here, taking the series 3-1? Ladies and gentlemen, live here from PAX East in Boston, Massachusetts. This guy's Emperor over here.
And this guy, Mr. Breaky CPK.
How you doing? We are live here again at our studio, not our studio, at our On the Travel studio, we'll call it that, here at a booth here at PAX. Obviously, big shout out to Sound Blaster once again. With that said, stay tuned. Next game, Complexity, Stay Green, the grand finals here for cycle number 8 coming up next. We'll be right back.